world's a stage. And all the men and women merely play. They have their exits and their entrances, and one man understands there's no...
Just cut the comedy.
That's not comedy, that's Pucker Shakespeare.
Is this all right for the film?
Not now, Staveley. Get out of it. Blimey, Goldie's got out again.
Really, Tone, I'm a chicken.
A chicken? Oh, wait a minute. It's a great switch on bunnies. A great idea. We're going to have you in the movie, baby.
Me in your movie? You know, I thought little girls had to do naughty things to get into film.
Oh, dear. It makes me sick. It's like Mrs. Thursday.
So, what's your name, baby?
Esmeralda Staveley Smythe.
Smith.
Smythe.
You keep out of this, I told you.
Oh, we've got a great little trio. Great start to the picture. Now, you're looking unhappy, Tony, baby. What's the matter, huh?
I'll fetch one right up the floor from you.
Okay. Now, let's move it up. Around here.
Look, just leave me alone. I'll just do it all in the middle. That'll be all right.
I think maybe Toulouse back at the door, and you chicken...
Esmeralda.
Esmeralda,
Staveley Smythe.
stay at the door, you know. And Tony, you move back out into the street, you know, greeting the guests, you know.
But from the street? But I should be nearest the camera. After all, it's my restaurant. It's me they come to see.
Yeah, a little further back, Tony, will you? That's right, chicken, that's right. Yes, me. And the Toulouse, a nice big smile, you know, style. Tony, back a bit, will you? Tony, back.
But I'll be in the street.
Yeah, well, don't worry. Back further, Tony.
But I won't be in the film. I'll be in the street.
Look, will you keep going, Tony? Keep going out there in the street. Right. Swing in London.
I'm in the street.
Swing in London. Take 5. Action!
And who left the lift doors open?
At the India Autoway, the deep down safety tire. See these India wiping edges? In weather like this, they sweep water aside so India's deep cling rubber can really get to grips with the road. And look, deep India gripping edges for giant gripping power. Yes, for long tire life and safety that goes deep down. Get India Autoway.
We had a party last night, so one of the places is in a worse shape. You know how it is. You leave things overnight, takes twice as long to put them right. A bit like forgetting to watch your weight. Still, I watch mine every morning with the Kellogg's Special K breakfast. Fruit juice, black coffee or tea with lemon, a big bowl of Special K, a little milk and sugar, less than 250 calories the lot. The Weight Watchers breakfast with Kellogg's Special K. The tasty way to help you stay trim.
Hold it. 15 seconds from now, you'll see the picture he just took. See? With the Polaroid land camera, you get bright, sharp pictures in 15 seconds. Snap, pull, peel. It's that easy. Is there any better way to get pictures of the family?
Having trouble, George? Why not get yourself a killer spray? Just pump it up, and you can spray continuously. One-handed. Fine mist. Coarse spray. Or jet. Here, you can borrow it. Here's your killer spray back, Henry. I've bought one.
Kill garden pests the easy way with Killer Spray from 49 and 6. Speaking as a señorita from Havana, I can tell you a thing or two about men. They just adore. Don't sell us cigars.
In a few seconds, the Rediffusion production, This Week, The Arts. But first I'd like to mention that there'll be full coverage of Wimbledon 1967 on independent television, starting on Monday afternoon at 1:45.
In tonight's programme, we're going to look at one of the increasing number of talented ballet companies in this country. But first, the big news of this week in the arts, censorship, or rather, a proposal to abolish it. For generations, anyone in Britain who wanted to put on a play has had to get permission for it in advance from the Lord Chamberlain. He's an official of the Queen's household, and therefore, of course, not elected and not answerable to anyone who is. And the stage is the only form of art or communication in this country which is subject to compulsory censorship. Well, the day before yesterday, a joint committee of both Houses of Parliament and all the main political parties published a unanimous report in which they proposed that this censorship should be abolished and nothing put in its place. It says there should be no voluntary self-censorship of the kind they have in the film industry and no censorship by local authorities. They think the theatre should just be subject to the common law like everything and everyone else. They recommend, though, that the Obscene Publications Act should be extended to plays and other performances, and heavy fines imposed on people in the theatre found guilty of breaking it. Well, now, Michael Foote, you were one of the people on the committee that produced this report. What chance do you think it's got of becoming law?
I think it's got every chance, particularly because of the committee reporting unanimously. When there was a previous committee that examined the whole question of theatre censorship in the year 1909, they recommended 50 years ago or more that the thing should be abolished, but they were very narrowly divided and therefore nothing was done about it. But on this occasion I believe that the fact that everybody on the committee has eventually agreed will mean that the government will support a measure of this kind if it's introduced by a private member, or at any rate provide time for it, and I think it'll go through in the next session of the House of Parliament.
Who do you expect to oppose it?
I suppose there will be a few who will oppose it, but again I emphasize that all the arguments that we went through have been such that all those who argued against the change in the committee have eventually subdued or withdrawn their opposition, and therefore I think that will happen in the House of Commons. Maybe some will still vote against it, but I think we'll have a big majority.
Why did you rule out alternative forms of censorship like the one they have in the film industry? That has surprised a lot of people, I think.
Well, it doesn't exactly rule it out. That the film industry has a voluntary censorship of its own. But what we were opposed to, and this was the biggest argument in the committee, the main point of dissension, everybody there was in favour of abolishing the Lord Chamberlain as the censor, but some people argued that there ought to be a kind of system of a voluntary censorship whereby any playwright or play producer could get a kind of certificate from a body saying that this was a proper play to be produced, and that they would then be guaranteed against any prosecution, leaving anyone to put on a play if they wanted to, still without pre-censorship, but running the risk of a prosecution. Now, we were against that primarily because we thought that would mitigate against the adventurous play. It would make it more likely that adventurous plays would be prosecuted, and this was the matter on which we discussed in greater detail than possibly any other subject, and we came to the conclusion, I think quite rightly, that the simplest solution was the best.